Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and this is the latest Inside Crochet, and I didn't expect it to come out so soon, but we've got stylish summer bags, bonus designer pattern book. I wonder if these stylish summer bags will be the same as the one I'm working on or the one I've done. We'll see. They have a habit of copying me, but like telepathically. This is at Inside Crochet, quick to hook. Lovely silk mix yarn, and we've got cute hooker duck game. Used to love playing that when I was a kid at fairgrounds. Elegant entertaining, a vintage lace runner, and try a new stitch. We've got the cream tea picnic blanket. Oh my god, I'm making a picnic blanket. Why do they keep copying me in this this way? I don't know, it's strange. It's as soon as I start making something, so do these magazines. It's just a coincidence, I know, but boy, it's getting bad. On trend granny square crop top. I don't like the crop tops myself, but it's because I don't have a very nice middle, if you know what I mean. Learn sweet strawberry stitch. Win cotton yarn and books. Meet amigurumi artist Pika Pow. And 46 must-make designs, garden parties, beautiful summery makes, inspired by the village fete. I always used to call them a fate worse than death, but never mind. We've got all these as well. These are bags. I'm just looking, make sure it ripped me off again. No, just saying. This is the Granny Square Flowers card deck. That is a book giveaway. Now, that last one they made, whoever did it, got very badly ripped off. So we'll wait and see about this one. And these are all, that was on the front, wasn't it? And I can't remember actually, may not have been. That's a bit of a, that's different, isn't it? Not actually with veg in, but your own crocheted veg. Anyway, I'm going to get inside while I'm doing this. If you have not done so already, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. So a little word about the notification bell while I get stuck to this. Oh my god, that is really tough. They don't actually send notifications to all anymore. So even if you click to all, you probably won't get all. Wow. Man, that was sticky. It actually even ripped the magazine. Look at that. Okay. I was stuck to it. Something is stuck inside. I think they've gone a bit crazy with the glue today on this one. What is stuck? Something was stuck. Still is. Front of the magazine is actually stuck to the paper. They've gone so crazy with the glue. Look at that. There's a whole section of glue where a whole section of glue shouldn't have been. Wow. They must be getting reports that people are complaining that their packages have come undone. Anyway, just going to pause it for a second because my postman is here, and I'll come straight back to you for this magazine once I've done. Sorry about that, guys, but I had my postman come to collect my orders. So for my shop, hobbyrocks.co.uk. So luckily, it just made a mark on here, like pulled off the paper on the advert for this King Cole soft easy stripes, which I do have in my shop, funny enough. And I bought this pattern because I loved it so much as well. So that's in there. So it wasn't anything that they had damaged. I'm going to do this at the end. We'll concentrate on the magazine at first. So Win Gorgeous Hobby yarn. I don't know, some people call it Hobie, but I was always taught that if it was double B, then it had an oh sound. So for me, it's hobby. But it's not English, so, you know, I could be wrong. But I don't care, really. It's just that they should be more precise, you know, with their spelling. Anyway, Win Gorgeous Hobby yarn bundles. Cheeky Theo the puppet, which is this little dude. Looks a bit like Ernie or Bert, one of those kind of Muppet type puppets. We've got all the ones that are on the front cover. Was it the same? I think it was, actually. And then we've got this very flowery, very, very flowery at the front of this cardie. We've got the crop top. Yeah. You know, a lot of people like them, but I don't like the sleeves, I have to say. Straight away, they're wide, and I think I would have got rid of this bit. But, you know, there will be people who love it, because not everybody likes the same. We've got a rosette top, colourful carnival wrap, and a hoopla spring wreath. Okay. So, we've got another King Cole advert for the yarn. It's called Yarntastic Yarn. They're bringing out an awful lot of new yarns at King Cole. I just had a few of them myself, but I've got a few to catch up with. I know that for sure. So this is the flowers granny square deck of thingy, which you can win apparently. And these are the makes. I don't like these thumbnails. They're far too small really to see any detail. But, you know, it shows you kind of roughly what you're likely to expect. In the Loop, yarn, books, reviews, events, interviews and social. We have, that's the crochet along. I think it's Serdar. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is. It's Serdar. I knew I'd seen it somewhere before. Crafty book called Characters. Crafty book Characters. Crochet the stars of the story. And that's this little book here. What a little star. And there they are, these ducks. What else have we got? Amigurumi yarn range. Creative collaboration with Hobby and Pika Pal. No idea who Pika Pal is, but you might. Cotton shades. I've just bought some of this for my new blanket that I'm making, my summer picnic blanket crochet along. If you haven't found that yet, I'm only on week 5 at the moment, so I'll put a link to that at the end of the video. And I bought some of this yarn and I used it on the last segment, but it doesn't go very far. That's the only thing I will say. But Daisy Designs, this cute roll top lunch bag style project holder is perfect size for taking your latest whip on holiday. That's just a bag to buy. Blooming lovely. Add the prettiest finishing touch to home accessories and other projects with these decorative wooden flower buttons. We've got Feeling Wild. Bring a pop of colour to your workspace with this gorgeous mug, and these wildflowers will inspire your crochet too. Or pretty pastels if you're into the homemade kind of design crochet hooks. I like my hooks the way I like my hooks. I don't know about you guys. I'm tad, what's the word? Picky about my hooks. I am. So we've got some yarns here, and this is Pika Pal. Pika Pal Yan. There we go. I've never heard of Pika Pal, but then I'm not into the amigurumis, am I? So you might have done if you are. All the fun of the fair. We're getting to look at some hand-dyed yarn there. And King Cole Jamboree. That's one of the ones I need to get, I think. Starcraft Soft Pastels, Aaron. Sheepy's Katona Chroma. And Rowan Cotton Tree. I don't know where they get these names from. Don't like getting my mouth around some of them, that's for sure. We've got a yarn wish list as well. So this is the Yarntastic, the one that was on the front cover. Anyway, let's move on. We don't need to concern ourselves with little pictures of yarn. We like squishing our own yarn. Okay, that's just an advert, is it? I think so. From the archives. A pretty shawl or wrap is the perfect solution for fickle summer days that go from balmy to breezy in hours. Here we've chosen some of our favourite cover-ups from our pattern archives. So, a little crafty ploy to get you to think, oh, I'd quite like to make that one. I've got to go back and get back issue 139, unless you already have it, of course. Anyway, these are the books and stuff. So this is the Granny Square card deck. by Claire Montgomery. So it's the same person. $14.99 in US terminology. And let's see how many rip-offs we get of that one. There was quite a few before, wasn't there? So this is Crochet Dolls Inspired by Nature, $16.99, again in US terms. Can really not see them too clearly. Reversible amigurumi, $14.95 US terminology, by Phoebe Pranaya. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. And this is Crochet a Flower Bouquet, Lily, David and Charles, at $16.99. None of those interest me, however, I'm not really into. Now, I've seen this stitch. It's not peculiar to this here. I've seen this stitch quite a few places. But this is the strawberry stitch. And we're going to learn how to do that over a few pages. If you like learning in pictorial grams, then pictures, in other words, then that's for you. But if not, I'm sure there's loads on YouTube because I have seen it. I might even do it, you know, one of these days. Strawberries and cream bag. So that's what you can make with it. Another Claire Montgomery pattern. Advert. Garden Party. Hook our colourful designs inspired by beautiful florals and fabulous fashion. So they've gone heavily on the flowers this time around. Really heavily on the flowers. I don't know how you feel about that. If you're not a floral person, if you're not a flower power person, you're not going to want any of this magazine, are you? So I think, you know, if they do it, then do a feature and then move on and do something else. A little bit of variety is a good thing, but heavily going on to one thing and having a theme throughout the whole magazine could be a bit of a no-no. Anyway, this is again a Claire Montgomery. They've really gone to town with Claire Montgomery. Anyway, we have now the little thumbnails are gone. We've got big pages showing the different things. We've got a headband. I'm not sure what I'm looking at there because I have not a clue what that is. But it seems to be part of that pullover. We shall see when we get there. Okay, we've got a neckerchief. And we've got a rose garden cardigan. I don't know if I could wear big bold flowers on me like that. Fortune Teller crop top. Don't know why it's called that, but it is. This is the Battenberg t-shirt. It looks like a Battenberg cake, doesn't it? I can see why they've called it Battenberg. My nephew used to call it Batten Strawberry Cakey when he was little. Yeah, it always comes to mind whenever I hear Battenberg. Batten Strawberry Cakey. Anyway, playtime. We've got this basket of veggies, which is great for kids to play with, I guess. And it's an allotment basket by Millie Masterton. We have the Punch and Judy. Well, it's actually just a puppet, isn't it? But it does a bit look like a Sesame Street one, doesn't it? Kind of got that vibe. Anyway, we've got Hooker Duck. We're going carnival, aren't we? We're going all the fun of the fair. A can toss game. Keep the kids entertained in the school holidays. Vintage doily runner. In other words, very lacy. We have a very twiggy kind of wreath. We've got coasters or jam pot covers. One or the other. You can use them for both. We have some kind of blanket that looks very like archways. And we've got a target-y type cushion. That's the word I was looking for. If you're wondering what that noise is, my freezer's just started doing that, and it's a noise that I'm not familiar with. And, you know, it's always a worry. Hot water went a little while ago and got fixed yesterday. Now we've got a strange noise coming from the freezer. So we've seen this one already. We've got scrunchy. We've got a kind of a scarf. They could probably call it something else. I can't wait to see what they do call that. Yep, can't see anything written there. But they've got a cushion, got an advert, more adverts. This is the Make It section. We're getting to the patterns. Best in Show cardigan. So, yeah, this is... I don't know how you feel about that. What do you feel about all those flowers? See, I don't mind one or two, maybe like a little... I'm very subtle in my well, I'm kind of subtle at times in my clothing. but not with big bold flowers all over my shoulders and neck. I don't think I could cope. Anyway, extra small up to a 5XL. The good thing about it is it's plain, so the fancy does, you know. This is the Battenberg Theodora Burrow. I actually quite like that. It's just a simple made in 2 halves and put together with a little sleeve. But yeah, it's quite effective. I quite like that one. Bit more about that. More adverts. Fortune Teller crop top. Now I understand, because we're all carnival-y and funfairish. So they called it a fortune teller because of that. Not because it looks anything to do with fortune telling. So this is by Cassie Ward. There is a chart as well for the square. It's a bit on the baggy side. I quite like the little embellishments though. But you can see it's well easy to make. So easy. Okay, the Rosette top by Jess Bennett. This dramatic top is a riot of colour and texture, inspired by summer flowers and rosettes with a nod to classic 40s and 50s knitwear shapes. Still don't know what that is around the neck. It's a collar. I think I prefer it without. As standalone, without that bit. It's going to be a nice green kind of pullover. Baggy in the sleeve, really, for me, but I don't know that I like the collar. It kind of reminds me of Harlequins. I suppose that does actually tie in, but no, it's not really. I think you can make it so easily, you know, without the, you don't have to put that bit on, do you? So this is a small up to a 3XL, so not as much in size, but still nice. And here we've got this flowery crop top, rose garden cardigan, actually, not crop top. I was looking at this picture. And it is Helda Panagari. Helda Panagari has made this one. And there's the chart for putting it together. And we've got a small to medium, large to extra large, and 2XL to 3XL. So 3 sizes and quite a big range that one size has to accommodate. Harlequin headscarf. So we have got a bit of a Harlequin going on. What do you think? There's a song that always pops to mind when I hear the name headscarf, because a girl I used to work with sang it all the time. It was an old song. I will not punish you by letting you listen to me sing it. But anyway, the Carnival wrap. It's a scarf, guys. It's not really wide enough, in my opinion, to be a wrap. Where does a wrap end and a scarf begin? Or where does a scarf end and a wrap begin? I think if you did another square, at least one, maybe 2, you could consider this more of a wrap. But scarves are that wide. I don't understand. This is, anyway, Helda Panagari again. Panagari. Anyway, moving on. Here comes the summer. Well, we had a nice spring and we've started to get a bit of summer, but it's gone all rainy today. So, not very apt for me. This is Digital Ones, and you can download the back issues as well from there. This is called the Whimsy Neckerchief. So I don't know what's the difference between that one and the headscarf. It doesn't really have a difference, but there you go. The Whimsy Neckerchief by Lucy Croft. The Allotment Basket by Millie Masterton. Now, there's loads in there for kids to play with. Maybe it would have been nicer to have a kid looking at it, because it doesn't seem appropriate for an adult to be carrying around a basket of crocheted veg. You know, just saying. Anyway, there's the digital one. £4 an issue with the digital if you don't want the gifts and stuff. That is the subscribey page. Whole year of crochet. Doesn't have a gift. So it just has 47% saving on every issue. Now this is that twiggy kind of wreath, if you're into your wreaths, by Kate Eastwood. Not Clint, Kate Eastwood. And again, it's got vegetables. There's peas in pods. There's tomatoes. They look like turnips. Yeah, because it's got pink tops. And we've got carrots. And I don't know what that is in between. Flowers, by the looks of it. Maybe they're nasturtiums because you can eat them. Next month, whoa, we've got all the summer going on. About time. They've had such dreary colours in these magazines, and we've all been commenting on the dreary colours, and it's nice to have a bit of summer at last. There we go. Resort ready looks for summer. That'll be something to look forward to. So this is that, I said it got like archways sort of thing. It's like a chevron with a extended vertical kind of thing between. This is Kath Weber. So it is actually quite, unique. So she's not just reinventing the wheel here. She's actually not just doing, I'm going to have another chevron for the sake of it. Because she's actually made it a little bit different. And as much as don't know if I like it yet. It's kind of growing on me a bit. I like the fact that it's different. That it isn't just the same as everybody else's chevrons. So this is the doily runner by Blazenka Simic Borrow. Easy for you to say, but there we go. It's quite lacy, but doilies are, aren't they? I've never really been into making fine work doilies, but I guess there's still a lot of call for it. These are floral coasters and jam pot covers by Catherine Late. Quite pretty. And there you can have it as a wall hanging as well if you really want a wall hanging. And you can put little beadies on it and make yourself a jam pot cover. Marquee cushion. Oh, I see. It's kind of an optical illusion with that cross, making it look as if it's like a pointed thing when it's not. Oh, optical illusion, eh? By Helen Smith. Combines bubbles and stripes to create a colourful kaleidoscope effect. Well, I don't think it does that, but it does have an optical illusion of making it look like a big top. That's what I think anyway. Not really keen on how this fits together though. See, I would just sew that up. That's what I normally do. Sew it up in a visible yarn, and then if I want to wash it, I can just undo it. Sew it back up again. So much easier to do that. Theo the Hand Puppet by Victoria Caris. I like him. He's got a bit of character. It reminds me of those kind of ventriloquists dummies that, were really popular when I was a kid. It's a very big mouth. But then, Hook a Duck game. This is, again, Victoria Caris. That's quite cool. Yeah, just put rings on its head and a hook on a stick. Brilliant. Kids will love that. But the ones that I used to remember are always with the ducks are in the water going round and round. And used to have Hook a Duck to win. And then we've got the coin toss by Sarah Reed. Roll up and try your hand at this classic can toss game. Make the balls as well. So that's something for the kids for the summer. Bullseye cushion by Kimberly Bate. And there we go. Again, it's just sort of like an envelope back. I'd like that sealed because I think things get baggy after a time. This is the Posy Straw Hat by Quanny Cheng. See, again, we're still going for flowers, aren't we? It's just so much in the same thing. This is a pageant scrunchie. Got a scrunchie on my channel. And you know that I've been teaching my granddaughter to crochet. She's been making tons of my scrunchies. It's like, made quite a lot of them. Anyway, how to crochet bits. It's quite big on this one, I think, because it seems like it's quite a lot in the magazine. Working in the round, abbreviations, language barrier, sort of US to UK terms and hook sizes, all the stuff. Tea and crochet, a little bit at the end to read. And then we've got that beautiful cardigan with that lovely yarn that I did actually get some off from my shop. This is the free gift. Beautiful bags for summer adventures. And I'm pretty glad my latest one's not in here. But one that I was going to do is, I can see it. Anyway, I'm still going to do it, whatever. Lisbon Luxe bag by Kath Weber. It's got tassels, guys. And it does look like it's made of wicker. So that's pretty cool. But it looks like a very I know it's t-shirt yarn that she's used. What is it? Raffia. Oh, that's going to be hard on the hands. Crocheting with raffia. But, you know, it'd be nice. Just, you know, wow, that hurts. Joe Bodley, butterfly filet crochet. Now, that is pretty. But everything's going to come out of there, isn't it? You know, you need to line it. It would lose the effect, I guess, a little bit. You could line it with white. Otherwise, everything's poking through those holes. And then we've got a chart for the Flutterby. The wallflower bag. Again, we've got flowers. This is Cassie Ward, and it's just very simple squares. Ice Lolly beach bag. Oh my God. You will see why I said that soon. But there's the ice lollies in a chart form. And there's the Woodstock bag by Kath Webber. And they have actually lined that one. Tell me what you think of this. And do you like this magazine? I actually find that years ago when I first started doing these, so I haven't been doing them a while, that Simply Crochet was by far and above the best one of the lot. And every time I got that, that was the one that always had the positives, always had my positives and positives from you guys in the comments. And then as time went by, it switched to this guy. And it's for a time, Crochet Now. But this one has gone from being the one that was least liked by my subscribers to being the one that's the most liked by them. And that's quite an interesting transformation. And I wonder what they did. They must have sat around the boardroom and thought, you know, we've got to change things. Maybe that it was just that we all got used to it somehow, or they just got better content. Anyway, let me know what you think. I'm not keen on the fact that everything seems to be flowery. You know, I mean, I'm not saying I never do flowers. My latest granny square is flowery. You know, I've done a few that are flowers. And it's just that I think if you're going to put together a magazine, you don't need the whole thing and the supplement to be chock-a-block full of flowers. You know, you're going to get people who are not keen on flowers. They won't buy the issue. But if there was a supplement where all those flowers things were in, then yeah, I can get that. But the magazine would be different. But I also think that, to me, it should be chock-a-block full of summer stuff now. They've kind of been a little bit behind the times, these magazines. But I think maybe that might just be because we've had an early start to the warm weather. So it just seems that way. But I don't know. It's already June and we're still thinking of, you know, the summer's coming next month. Well, hopefully it's going to be put in an appearance this month. I'd quite like it to. So yeah, let me know what you guys think and start the conversation, and I will read all your comments, and I do actually answer them. So thank you for watching. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you guys on the next one.